I'm here with Anthony Scaramucci. Now, guys, what is both of your opinion of Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani? Do you think he's helping his client, or because he's out there kind of just sort of shoot? You will. We'll get one second. Let me finish the question. I will. Just he's shooting off at the mouth. Sometimes maybe not without checking in back at Pledge Central at the White House, and doesn't always make a lot of sense. And things have to be walked back even by the president. Would you be pleased with Rudy Giuliani as a client if you were the president?
So I actually think that there's some premeditation going on. I think that
premeditation of what? What do you mean?
There's a communication strategy that's premeditated, and even though it's coming across somewhat sloppily, I think it is part of the design.
What's the strategy? What do you mean? The strategy is what? Just throw a lot of chaff in the air?
No, I'll take you through the strategy. I think that it was very clear that a payment was made. And I think going on Sean's show, Sean Hannity, and releasing that information, they wanted to do that before Michael got a hold of it.
After long denials that no payment had ever been made.
Okay, and so
after long denials, after no payment was made, admitting to a lie.
I don't speak for the president.
Admitting to a lie.
I don't speak.
But you know that he lied.
Okay, so, but hold on a second.
Yes or no, counselor? Yes or no?
Well, he says that he didn't. Okay, so he says that he's got so many things going on.
No, but he tweeted and said that Rudy was right. After Rudy said it, he live tweeted Rudy and said, yeah, that's true, that happened.
And then, according to him, one of his accountants came forward and said, hey, you did this, and here's how we did it. And then they went on the Sean Hannity show to bring it up. Rudy's done a good job in the following way. Number one, he's out there defending the president. You guys may not like the way he's defending him.
Go ahead.
He may not like it, but there's a lot of people out there that actually do like it. You guys have to remember, he did win, and he got 63.5 million Americans.
Nobody says he didn't win.
No, but I understand that.
That's a straw man.
There's a base out there that they're communicating to, and there's a lot of fight in Rudy, and I think the president has a 25, 30-year relationship with Rudy, and I think the president respects and likes the fight that Rudy's bringing to the table.
What do either one of you make of the idea of the fact that it was revealed that Donald Trump did dictate the memo obfuscating Donald Trump Jr.'s acceptance of an invitation to collude with the Russian government to get information on Hillary Clinton? Yeah. That was revealed by his lawyers to the Justice Department, to Mueller's team. Said, yeah, he did dictate that. That's another lie. Are you okay with the lies? I'm going to go to him first. I'm going to go with him first. Wait, I'm going to go to him first. You got the last answer.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
More wine.
More
wine.
How would you describe that revelation?
Well, two things. First of all, Rudy Giuliani is an absolute walking disaster. Period. All right. Period. All right. And I mean, dazed and confused Rudy has no idea what he's doing day in or day out. And I do not believe that it is possible that this is premeditated. And if it is premeditated, it's even worse than we could all expect. All right. So that's number one.
But it's working, Michael.
No, it's not working. It's a disaster. So that's number one. Number two, as it relates to the memo that you referenced, I mean, this is what happens when your entire administration is built on a house of lies. I mean, lying is the rule rather than the exception with this administration. And when you can't keep your lies straight, this is what happens, period.
Are you okay with the lies? Are you okay with the lies?
No, I don't think anybody's... I don't think anybody's okay with lies, but I think if you take it into the historical context, politicians lie when their mouths are moving. Okay. Moreover, Eisenhower lied about U2. Kennedy lied. You can take you through the entire list of the presidents.
But the difference being,
maybe George Washington, Steve, is the only person that didn't tell.
He cannot tell a lie.
He's probably the only one.
Cherry
tree.
Okay, but here's the thing: is that if you lie, wait a second. If you lie, yes, politicians lie. Everybody knows politicians lie at various times in their career.
Everybody
but
lies,
if you lie, there's a consequence for having been caught. That is the foundation of public morality and ethics. You can't say, if you say he lies and that's fine, where are we going? Where are we going?
I'm not justifying the lies. I'm just trying to put it in historical context. But I'm also saying is that most people, okay, have told a lie. Okay,
But not about colluding with the Russian government to undermine our democracy.
Okay, but
there's a big difference.
Okay, but he didn't do that. But he didn't do that.
Yes, they colluded.
Stephen,
a failed collusion.
Okay,
Look, you're a lawyer. You know that a failed collusion is still collusion. If you've got goods you want to fence, and you say I'll meet you at midnight, and I don't show up, you still tried to fence your goods.
I don't think the president had any awareness of that meeting when it took place, number one.
But afterwards, he knew.
Let me finish.
But so just his son did. But his son did.
This is your jury, by the way.
Yeah,
okay.
No.
Okay, but go ahead. So let's imagine.
Thank God I do have some family members out there. Okay.
So let's imagine you're right. Let's imagine the president didn't know, but his son did.
He did. Well, okay. So I don't know, but I think it was about the child adoption situation. Let me finish. You know what the adoption situation is about. The adoption situation is an attempt to lift the Magnitsky Act, which is sanctions against Russian oligarchs. Very specifically, I'm well aware
it's
of it.
for friends of Putin who can't get to their funds, including Vladimir Putin.
I know Bill Browder personally, and I'm well aware of.
So you know that he thinks that explanation is horse, right?
But you guys don't want to let me finish, but I'm going to keep talking anyway. The president did not collude with the Russians as it related to the election. Did the Russians interfere with the election? There's evidence that suggests that the Russians interfered with the election, but a Democratic pollster, not me, but a Democratic pollster, Mark Penn, has said okay, you guys don't want to
Go ahead. Let the man finish. Let the man finish.
Let's switch seats again so I can hit the guys from both sides. Let's switch seats.
Switch seats again. Switch seats.
Let me go over this way.
I don't know. By the way,
and give me my wine.
Give the wine. There you go. And look,
you take your wine, Michael.
I would just like the bottle and a straw, please. So look.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to warn our affiliates who might be going long.
Yeah. So
I want to apologize to James Corden for bumping his hour.
Yeah.
You know, I will say this in defense of the mooch. If the mooch was still at the White House, the relationship with the press would be far better than it is, because the assault that has occurred on the press and the First Amendment in this country over the last 18 months is shocking and disturbing, period.
Yeah.
I'm not here as a defender of the president. I don't work for the president anymore, and I have said this publicly, and I'll say it here. We have to hold sacred the First Amendment. And one of the only things that I did, is that first day, I turned the lights and the cameras back on in the press room, because I firmly believe that the free press of the United States has to hold people in power accountable. Okay, and now we may not like the free press.
Okay.
We may not like the free press.
I agree.
But we have to, and we can have an adversarial relationship with the free press, but we can't have a war. And if the president watches your show, which I don't know if he does or he doesn't.
Every night, never misses
I would say get out there. I would say get out there and go on all the networks. It was great to see you on George Stephanopoulos' show. Get out there and get out of the style box that you're in right now. And let's end the war declaration on the media, because at the end of the day, we're one country, and the country needs the information, and we gotta get this thing right for everybody.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Anthony Scaramucci, Michael Avenatti. We'll be right back.